Catherine Weed.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister responsible for RMA reform. What announcements has he made about granny flats?
The Honourable Chris Bishop.
Mr Speaker, over the weekend, Chris Penk, Shane Jones and I announced government will be making it easier to build granny flats. In fact, we'll be going further than previously announced. We consulted on 60 square metres without building or resource consents. We've decided to increase that to 70 square metres. We'll be amending the Building Act and resource consenting system to make it easier to build granny flats, or as they're known in the legal parlance, minor residential units.
Supplementary. Did submitters on the government's consultation on granny flat changes ask for the size increase?
Yes, indeed, Mr Speaker. There was public consultation in June and August last year. Many submitters said the 60 square metre limit should be increased. Some people said 65, some people said no limit at all. We've gone for the pragmatic option of 70 square metres. Homeowners were supportive of the granny flat policy. Many submitted, Mr Speaker, that it would make it easier to facilitate intergenerational living and, of course, help ease our housing crisis.
Supplementary. Why is building granny flats a potential game changer for the housing market?
Well, Mr Speaker, people who want to build simple standalone dwellings on their properties need a building consent under the Building Act, and in many cases a resource consent as well. That is why, and changing that is a government priority suggested through the New Zealand First National Coalition Agreement, and we are very pleased and proud to acknowledge it. Making it faster and more affordable will give us more housing options, particularly for grandparents, people with disabilities, young adults and workers in the rural sector. Increased housing availability directly translates to lower living costs for our communities.
Supplementary. How does the government plan to implement these changes?
Mr Speaker, there will be an amendment to the Building Act in the middle of this year which will exempt granny flats from needing a building consent if it meets the building code and has a simple design. It's carried out by authorised building professionals, and people notify their local council before the building is completed. We've carefully considered the feedback, and we think this criteria strikes the right balance between enabling housing growth and managing risks. We'll also be developing a new national environmental standard under the RMA to make sure no resource consent is required.
Supplementary question. The Right Honourable Winston.
In the interests of the nation's understanding, could he please describe who's the inspirational genius behind this brilliant policy?
Mr Speaker, success has many fathers, but in relation to this case, Mr Speaker, the Honourable Shane Jones has been the driving force behind this excellent policy, because he's seen the impact of small units in the far north and what an impact it can have on families, and it's been a real game changer there, and we look forward to cutting that red tape and seeing more of them around the country.